Excuse me. So the son ended up strangling his mother in the midst of a heated argument. He tried to live a normalized life, um, and he just needed help. He never got it, and he just really tried to fight those demons, with his mother. However, he ended up strangling her. He went to jail. Prior to that, now, when the three children's mother ended up going away, I think she got arrested, and then she ended up getting into some type of rehab center. The children ended up back with the grandmother. Okay, at this time, the oldest daughter had her baby. It was a girl, and the grandmother would watch the baby while they were in school. And so the thing with that is, we often put now our children in harm's way because the mother, although you may look at her as mother or look at her as grandmother, she's very she has a lot of healing that she need to do still, and she may be stuck in a lot of toxic old ways that has generationally just harmed the family. And so that puts now that child in harm's way. And when we're talking about repeated abuse, cycles of abuse, often the family don't see how it's taking place. Okay, they really blind to what's going on. So in this situation, the mother was actually the abuser. So she was just trying to carry on with her demonic ways, and her demonic spirits. She wasn't trying to heal. She was trying to get her thing on with her own son. So, so at one point, she was basically, you know, mentally manipulating the son to come over, her son, to, have, to lay with her, and using the baby, because he wanted to see the baby. He couldn't see the baby when the little young mother, his niece that he raped and got pregnant, was around. She didn't want him around her. So she didn't know that he was even coming around the baby, because the mother would use that as, if you're not going to see the baby if you don't come over here and give me what I want. So he would do it now for that reason, just to be able to see the baby. And then one day she was like, well, I'm tired. I've been kind of, watching the baby all day. Can you watch her while I take a nap? And he was like, I'm not supposed to be alone with the baby. He was like, well, you'll be fine. She'll be fine. So it kind of insinuated a little bit that he had a temptation, but it didn't show it. But however, I'm pointing it out because that right there, okay, that right there. And so us as mothers, protecting our children at all costs, okay, need to be aware of that pattern right there. And although that may be a family member or that may be mother, we have to realize that, wait a minute, perpetually the family, mother, aunts, cousins, sisters, brothers, they all blinded by what's going on, and abuser, allowing people in the home, in the house, and then that's making, the child susceptible to abuse. Okay, not having a level of protection for this child, right? So, yeah, so The eldest daughter, let me see, after he went to jail, they ended up moving out, and the sister, which is the three children's mom, she never knew that this brother was getting sexually abused by their mother. Okay. And they're adults, both of them. So it's like all these years you did not know something was going on with your brother. You didn't know anything. That's the type of ignorance I'm talking about. Just totally disconnected. Okay. We get caught up because, all these spirits is going through everybody, um, spirits of illusions, that's keeping people from seeing what's really going on, you know. So the the mother never received the help, love, and true love and support that she needed from her abuse. Apparently, uh, her husband that was abusing their daughter, he didn't get any help for you know, his issues, didn't heal from that. The same with the mother, her adult daughter and son, and the son she was abusing, they never got any help. Okay. And so then that cycle just perpetually went on. Um, and then, this is a perpetual um, cycle of incest and sex demons that generationally went undetected, and no self-healing took place to address, the continued trauma, and all the way down to the grandchildren. Okay. Now, the mother did seek counseling from a therapist, which was good, that she made an attempt to seek some form of help. That's how, that's the only type of help we know to do is, like I say, going outside of ourselves, which that's fine if that's needed, but we also have to do that spiritual healing, that inner healing. That is imperative. We have to know how to do that. Okay, we have to get back to that. Okay. Um, the eldest daughter went on to become a beacon of light for other women that went through sexual abuse, you know. Um, so that was good, you know. Um, and apparently she went through some healing. So yeah, it's a lot of healing that's needed, and during that process, you may um, find that you have to cut off a lot of people, because a lot of people don't want to go through, a lot of family members don't want to go through healing. They don't want to see the truth. They don't want to know that they're a problem and that they need to heal. So they want to keep these cycles ongoing, these traumas ongoing. So, what I would ask, what childhood and family traumas have you experienced? Do you see the ancestral patterns from them? How can you heal from them and protect yourself? How can you break the patterns? How can you protect your children or your future children? You know, um, um, you know, seek guidance from your ancestors work that's working for your highest good. Get guidance from them. Learn how to invoke your ancestors. Learn how to work with your ancestors. That's working for your highest good. Okay. Also, maybe seek, um, outside of that, a highly trusted mentor if you have one, you know. Um, Take note of those toxic habits, those toxic people in your circle, those toxic eating habits, in your own life, and work towards purging them. All right. Um, like I say, when you go through that spiritual healing, the spiritual awakening, there's going to be people that you will have to let go. They will not be able to go with you to that next dimension. And you're going to have to learn, be okay with that. Okay. And heal from the trauma bonding. Okay. Um, heal from the manipulation. Heal from the narcissistic, bonding. Okay. But if you've went through some type of abuse, any form of abuse, do not hold it in. Your abusers may most definitely try to manipulate you, um, and kind of turn the tables, gaslight you. But your focus is your healing. Okay. They're going to have to focus on theirs. All right. Talk about your trauma with someone you trust, or t- talk about it aloud to yourself, record yourself, talking about it. But yeah, it's just time to really heal on a cellular level, on a spiritual and soul level, um, and connect with, your higher self, your higher consciousness. Okay. Some people are not strong enough. Some people won't ever go through healing, because they're just not strong enough. These spirits are too um, strong for them, to even, you know, combat them. Okay. So some people won't ever go through that. Some people will, but that's just what it is. You have to find a way to love yourself. Stop going out of out of yourself to find love. Okay. Know that you're worthy. Okay. Know that you matter. Okay. Um, because self-love is the first love, and that's how you manifest your divine love. Okay. So if people are not treating you um, worthy of love, they're mistreating you, then, stop and do some introspection, to dive deep and see what's really going on, what's really the root of these issues, these problems. Okay. Um, and hey, people say the sky's the limit. I always say, well, is the sky? I always ask questions when I was younger. I still do that. Or like, people say, why people always? Because my thing was, why people always say the same things? What do it really mean? So I don't think the sky is the limit. I think there's beyond that. But however, we have to start somewhere. Okay, little steps count too. Nothing has to be just big and major thing. Praise yourself for the small things, the small steps as well. Okay, be grateful for the smallest of the smallest. Okay, I used to have a little business years ago that was called Bath Visits. Okay, and the motto for Bath Visits was, it's the simple things in life that matters. So those small things account for something as well. Okay, so remember that. All right, it's not easy. It is not. It takes a lot of discipline. Okay, um, if you have unconditional, true support, then good for you. You know what I'm saying? Utilize that support. If you don't, then you're going to have to be even stronger. Okay? You're going to have to even have more willpower and strength, you know? And, when you find yourself getting weak, step back, take some time, take a moment, okay? Then get back in it, you know? Um, so this is the time. This is the time. We can't be out here dumping all this, our traumas and dramas out on Mother Universe and on other people, right? Because this is how we create this sick world, okay? And then there's going to be, everybody ain't going to make it. Everybody not going to get there. And that's just how it is. That's the reality of it. So, however, on this day of Mars, okay, action is needed. Start where you are now. Take that action. Be bold, okay? With passion. Be ambitious, okay? Peace.